Good evening, students. Let us start with the third chapter, issue of shares of the subject of secretarial practice OEO. Let us see the learning objectives of the chapter issue of shares. Here, firstly, the students will able to understand the classification of shares. Students will able to learn and understand the meaning of shares. Students will enable to learn the methods of issue of shares. It will enable students to learn the meaning and allotment of shares over here, the procedure of allotment of shares. Learning objectives continued to understand the meaning and concept of share certificate, call on shares, surrender of shares, transfer of shares, transmission of shares, distinction and summary. Let us see the introduction of issue of shares chapter. Now in the chapter 2 we have already studied the different sources of finance over here. For example, we have studied the capital structure of the company, which includes equity share capital, preference share capital, reserves and surplus, bonds, debentures, etc. So in this chapter, we will study in detail how a company issues different types of shares depending on its needs. Will also learn about various concepts related to the shares over here. Let us see the classification of shares over here. Classification of shares over here. Now, share capital refers to the capital made up of equity shares and preference shares. Usually, in share capital, the proportion of equity shares is more than the preference share. Now, the reason why the equity shares proportion is more over because the company uh, redeems the equity share at the time of winding of the company over here. It remains for the lifetime of the company until and unless the winding of the company is not takes place of the company over here. The equity shares are with the company for longer duration of time over here. First part, authorized nominal or registered capital over here. Basically, authorized capital is the maximum capital which is written under the memorandum of association of the company called as MOA of the company over here. So a company can raise by issuing shares over here. It is also called as registered capital over here. It is also called as registered capital, and it is mentioned in the capital clause of memorandum of association of the company. Over here, the company pays up the stamp duty on this amount over here at the time of incorporation. Now the term incorporation means over here registration over here. Registration of the company. Incorporation means registration of the company. Okay. So basically, authorized capital is calculated considering the need of capital of a company at present and in future. For example, M Limited company has authorized capital of rupees 10 lakh, which can be divided into 1 lakh equity shares having face value of rupees 10 each. So company can increase its authorized capital by altering its memorandum of association over here. Now, alteration is done by the special resolution. Directly, the company cannot alter the memorandum of association of the company over here. Let us see B, issued and unissued capital. Now, issued capital is that part of authorized capital which is offered by the company to prospective investors for subscription. Thus, it is the shares that that the company is offering to the public to buy. The balance part of authorized capital is not offered to the public is called as unissued capital. In future, the company can issue shares from the unissued capital. For example, they are given here. M Limited company can have issued capital of rupees 4 lakh. Now, how 4 lakh? In the previous example, the company can issue 10 lakh capital over here. Okay, as per the memorandum of association over here. So, out of 10 lakh, 4 lakh rupees of share capital can be divided into 40,000 equity share. Now how we got this 40,000 number of shares over here? So 4 lakh divided by face value, that is rupees 10 per share. So you will get 40,000 equity share. So these are the number of shares, okay, number. So this is the way where we can get the number of equity shares over here. Okay. So and the unissued capital will be rupees 6 lakh over here. So which can be later on divided into 60,000 equity shares at rupees 10 each over here. Now how come they have balance over here? So out of, for example, over here 10 lakh was taken the previous example only. M Limited issued 10 lakh shares over here in the market. Okay, rupees 10 lakh shares. You can say issued capital. So this is again you can say divided into 10 lakh capital. Out of this 4 lakh is already issued over here. Okay, 4 lakh is called as issued capital over here. So therefore the balance amount left with the company is over here 6 lakh over here. So this is called unissued capital. So this can be further divided by face value rupees 10 per share. So it will come to over here is equal to 60,000 equity share. Okay, this is the example of you can say unissued capital over here. Okay, unissued capital over here. Next, let us see C part. Subscribed and unsubscribed capital. Basically, subscribed capital is the part of issued capital which has been subscribed or taken or bought by the investors or by the subscriber. The public may or may not subscribe for the entire issued capital over here. Hence, that part of the issued capital not subscribed by the investor is called unsubscribed capital. Thus, the subscribed capital may be equal to or less than the issued capital over here. For example, again, the M Limited has come, for example, sorry, if M Limited company has issued capital of rupees 4 lakh, so that is issued 40,000 equity shares, then the company subscribed capital can be rupees 3 lakh over here, divided into you can say 30,000 over here. Okay, so out of 40,000, the company is issuing over here 3 lakhs over here, and they are again divided into 30,000 equity share. How 30,000 divided by face value 10 over here. So 3 lakh divided by 10, you will get 30,000 equity shares over here. So what will the remaining part over here? 4 lakh minus 1 lakh over here. Subscribe capital company issued rupees 4 lakh. Okay, issued capital. Oh yeah. Okay. Out of these, oh yeah, total subscription received by the company, total subscriptions received to the company from the investors is rupees 3 lakhs over here. Okay, of face value rupees 10 each over here. So therefore 4 lakh rupees 4 lakh deduct minus rupees 3 lakh over here. Okay, 3 lakh over here. So here unsubscribed capital will be rupees over 1 lakh over here. So unsubscribed capital is rupees is equal to 1 lakh over here. So here unsubscribed capital will be rupees 1 lakh over here. Okay. So they have given this example over here. Equity shares rupees 10 each, hence the unsubscribed capital will be rupees 1 lakh over here. Again, it can be divided into 10,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each over here. Okay, again this 1 lakh rupees can be divided by face value over here. Divided by face value rupees 10. So we'll get number of shares over here 10,000 equity shares. This is the number of equity shares. So this was subscribed capital. So this was subscribed capital and unsubscribed capital explanation over here. Let us see D part, called up capital, uncalled up capital and reserve capital. So basically at the time of issue, full value of the shares is usually not demanded by the company. Company collects the full value of shares in installment as per the requirement of funds over here. So each installment is called as calls. Called up capital is the part of subscribed capital which a company has called or demanded to be paid by the shareholder here. Now basically there are different, you can say, calling stage over here by the company done over here. Let us see the example. Okay. For example, M Limited issued 10 lakh shares, in the market, issued a capital of rupees 10 lakh. Okay, let us take this only. Issued 10 lakh shares in the market of face value rupees 10 each. Okay. So the company collects application money, We'll collect money in different stages. It's called call stage. So this is the call stage over here. Application money. Okay. Rupees 3 per share. Then allotment stage. Rupees 2 per shares. Then share first call stage. Rupees 3 per shares. Then share second and final call stage. Rupees 2 per shares. Okay. So how the company will get the amount over here? 10 lakh into 3 is equal to 30 lakhs over here. Okay. 30 lakhs rupees over here. Then next is equal to 10 lakh. These are the number of shares. Okay. I have taken over here. Into 2 is equal to 20 lakhs over here. Rupees. Then 10 lakh number of shares into 3 is equal to 30 lakhs rupees. Then is equal to 10 lakh shares into 2 per shares equal to 20 lakhs rupees. To 20 lakhs each. So the company is collecting, you can say, calls of face value of 10 over here. It is coming to 10 over here. Now how it is coming to 10 rupees 10 over here? See, 3 plus 2 5, 5 plus 3 8, 8 plus 2 10 over here. So we can explain over here, we can see over here that the company is collected the call money, you can say the value of shares in installment. So here the company collected the value of shares in installments. That is that is face value is equal to 3 plus 2 plus 3 plus 2, which comes to 10 over here. This is called as, you can say, call stage over here. So a company is demanding money into different stages: application money stage, allotment stage, first call stage, and share second and final call stage over here. 3 plus 2 5, 5 plus 3 8, 8 plus 2 10 is equal to 10 over here. Okay, this is the basic example I've taken over here. So in this way, the company can raise funds in different stages also over here. Next, let us see. Next. Let us see D part over here. Called up capital, uncalled up capital, and reserve capital continued. So a called up capital is the part of subscribed capital which a company has called or demanded to be paid by the shareholders. The balance of capital which is not demanded from the shareholders is called as uncalled up capital over here. So reserve capital is a part of uncalled up capital. A company can decide to keep aside a part of its uncalled up capital to be called up only at the time winding of the company to meet its financial requirements. So winding of the company means closing down of the company over here. Winding up of the company means closing down of the company. The company due to loss. Okay. Now in the previous slide, I would like to discuss more about that. In this, when the company is collecting calls in installment over here, that was the basic example I have took away. For example, in MOA, it this stated that the company can collect the capital till rupees 50 lakh. So that was the general example I've discussed with you all over here. Okay. This is done. For example, M Limited company may have called up capital of rupees 1,50,000. Out of 1,50,000, 30,000 equity shares of face value of 10 each. Out of 10 each, rupees 5 per share has been called up or demand by the company. So, if the company decides to keep rupees 1 at a side as per capital to be collected at the time of winding of the company, the reserve capital will be rupees 30,000. That is 30,000 equity shares into 10 each over here. So where rupees 1 is kept aside as a reserve capital. So out of 5, 1 is kept aside. So uncalled up capital will be rupees 1,20,000. That is 30,000 equity shares where rupees 4 per share will be called up in the future over here. E. Paid up capital and calls in arrears. Now paid up capital is the total amount of money actually paid by the shareholders when the company has called up or demanded them to pay. The amount not paid up by the shareholders is called up as calls in arrears or unpaid calls. Every shareholder has to pay calls as when the company demands. Failure of the pay the calls may lead to forfeiture of share. Now forfeiture of shares means over here. Forfeiture of shares means cancellation of shares over here. Cancellation of shares. Where the company takes back the ownership of shares with them again over here. Okay. And this calls in areas are, you can see that they are deducted from the share capital over here. calls in arrears is deducted from the calls in arrears is deducted from the share capital amount. Okay. Next, additional information for feature taking away of shares by a company due to non-payment of calls over here. Whenever particular shareholder is failed to pay the call money of the company whenever demanded, so here the company takes away the ownership of shares from the shareholder again back to the with the shareholder and takes back the ownership the company itself over here. For example, M Limited company has made a call of rupees 5 per share. So if all the shareholders paid the call, then the paid up capital will be rupees 1,50,000. That is 30,000 into 5. But for example, if 10,000 equity shares are not paid, then the paid up capital will be rupees 1 lakh over here. So 20,000 into rupees 5 and calls in areas will be rupees 50,000. So 10,000 into 5 over here. Okay. These are your assignment questions. You can write down. You can have a look over here. Over it. Thank you. Remaining next subtopic, I'll be discussing in my next video lecture. Thank you.